everybody, this is the Fair Haired Trilogy. I'm Callie.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Lindsay.
This week we're reviewing Muse of Nightmares, the first half. We decided to break it up into two parts because it is kind of a very thick and detailed book, and we wanted to give you all the goods about it.
Okay, I got rid of this gum because
I had to put out mine because I would have gone, like,
yeah, not gonna work.
No. Alright, you guys. So we read until page 258, chapter 30. We will be talking about the whole first half, so spoilers, beware.
Yes. So I had a note about the very first thing that we read. Like the very first thing, the description of the Elilith.
Yes.
It made me really sad when I read that because it immediately, I wrote, immediately made me hurt for the women who were taken that were never able to live out what their tattoo meant. And I thought that because it's like independence and this is my life now and I'm taking my life and this is it, and it was just taken from them a lot of times. So I thought that was interesting that she opened up with that immediately.
Yeah, I like that she starts out with a word. I think that that's a really cool way to intro. And then she does the chapter titles, which I think are really
I love the chapter titles.
cool.
Did you guys notice that this was very similar to
Yes,
her?
I did.
Oh wow, yeah, it's the same thing.
I noticed that the part one, which is the same picture in the front, is kind of similar.
Oh cool.
Oh yeah, yeah, you noticed that, yeah. Pretty, it's the same thing, same graphic.
Because I had noticed that when I first looked at the bare spine, but I didn't even put
so
two
that's
and two
right,
together.
and I thought that was
cool.
Perfect.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I really did
Perfect
too.
for her. And how Laini Taylor was explaining that that was her son.
Yeah.
Like, because she was so nocturnal, like that was like the same thing as like a sunshine. Like you got like bright days ahead. Couldn't have been more perfect. It actually reminded me of A Court of Mist and Fury.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my goodness, I would love that tattoo, like somewhere. Like I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But
if you're gonna get a tattoo, you gotta get it on your belly. For the
Yeah.
What if I have a kid? That would be stretched out.
Does it really look that bad?
I don't know if they look bad. I think everybody's different.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it probably depends on.
I just probably wouldn't choose around like that outside of like a cultural norm.
I had 5 kids, and I don't have red, the bright red. Like,
Yeah, you were pretty good.
yeah, I have like the little white ones, but they're not that bad.
I think it's genetic.
Yeah.
The kind of stretch marks you get.
Because I never put any cream or anything on.
And I think some women carry their babies more towards the front and some to the back. You carried yours way to the back.
So what did you think of it opening up and it being a completely new place and new characters?
It made me feel like going into Sarai's story all over again. It's just like she likes that stark kind of contrast of new characters, new setting, gotta figure out what's going on and how it relates, and so I really liked it.
It took me until Scathis was there to realize it was in the past.
Me too.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is so cool. And
I
was
know,
like, oh
I
my
did
gosh.
too.
Yeah.
And then I thought because they had all died, they were coming to get new, that there was like a hierarchy, and that they had realized like that there were no more gods in the city of Weep, and so then they were trying to find new ones to go back and rule over Weep. And then I thought, is this an island where they took the babies and that they had like let them grow up?
Yeah.
And then they were taking them
like
back
it's their
there.
own society. Because it wasn't like, oh, you have powers. It was like, no, they're coming so we can test. It was like a really like normal thing. Who said it right before we started filming when Wraith went through that slit and the guy that could be the different. Was it was it you? That could have been like an alternative where they're taking the babies.
Well, I thought because you know, it's like you have to think they're taking these people. It said there's thousands of them.
Yes.
You have to take them somewhere,
right?
You know, so like when it was, you see a different sky. That made me think, oh well, it must just be some sort of alternate universe that they could go into, alternate place. I don't know where it is, but that's probably where they're taking them because they have to have a place for them. So.
And then, like Zuru is like the actual planet. Like I hadn't even thought about what planet they were on, or if there were different spots on the planet.
I read something online that said a lot about how we're writing our books. That she has another planet in the universe where her other books are on.
Cool. That's awesome.
Cool. That is cool.
So,
her other really books not in this series?
Yeah,
right.
She's got a whole other
Bone,
series.
Smoke and Bone or something like
Daughter
that.
of Smoke and something. It's something really cool looking.
Read this.
I thought that it was interesting because in the first book, when the gods came, the people of Weep dreaded their arrival and in this one it was their escape. And I saw a lot of ironic parallels in this book, and I really liked that.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting until they obviously observed that Scathis was evil, like she could see the darkness like underneath them.
But it is interesting how they were talking about serving the Imperial Army or something like that, and that Scathis.
I didn't understand, like, maybe that's gonna happen in the second half.
Yeah. So Scathis, like, you get more Mesarthium. Is that how you say it? Mesarthium.
Yeah.
Mesarthium.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's not a real word to me. Anyway, you get more of that with each like conquest you do, or like battle that you do. So your ship grows bigger and bigger and bigger over time. And Scathis's was pretty small in the beginning, but then of course we know decades later it's the Citadel. So like, what did he do? Do you get what I'm saying?
Ooh, yeah.
Like to get there, and then where did this emperor go? Because Scathis is like on his own.
Unless he was sent to the City of Weep, and it was like his, like that there's multiple citadels in the planet,
gosh.
and that he is like, he was in control of that one, which is interesting.
What, to breed?
Yeah, I guess. But that's what I thought.
Or maybe that's the reason why they're putting them to breed.
Yeah.
And I also thought that it was interesting that Cora is with him in the Citadel.
Yeah.
So, like, does she travel between the different places where they're, like, having babies? Or was she part of his band of gods that went with him? Gods and goddesses that went with him?
What do you mean?
Like, maybe since he got assigned to the City of Weep.
Yeah.
You know, by the emperor,
she
whoever.
Just went with him.
She got placed on his team.
Right.
Is it because he found her? Or is it because he took her?
Right,
because
right.
She has a collar?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it made it sound like that he was like, you know, I don't want to kill you because you're an astral, and I need at an astral. Like, almost like he did claim her because he had found her.
So
crazy.
I know. I'm really interested to see how, like, his whole rise to power.
I love Laszlo.
I do too.
I was not fully invested in Laszlo and Sarai's love story in Strange, but I will say I have come 110% on board.
Yes, me too.
Because the dialogue, okay, so in Strange the Dreamer, it felt really surfacey and really like on a sexual level, they were like compatible. But now they're like cutting up and they're like there for each other, and the dialogue is just so compatible.
And I think that it helps when they're around the other people.
Yeah.
You know, when they're around Ruby and Sparrow and Farrell, like that kind of, you know, camaraderie. When Laszlo is talking to Farrell, and Farrell's like, "Can you close the doors?" And Laszlo's like, "I know 100% without a doubt that I can close the doors." But he's like, "But I can't tell him that because it would be too, like, hockey."
Gotta stay humble.
I love that. I love that it's, like, calling to him.
And of course I'm like, open the door!
Yeah, like, I figured it out. They played with sheets this whole time.
And I want him to open the doors that have been closed, because that was one of the things I said in Strange, is I want to know what's in that citadel.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I want to know what you were thinking. I liked when they said that when they were kids, they dreamed about other Godspawn living parallel lives right behind the doors. Like, wouldn't it be really cool if there was someone there?
Oh, yeah. Like, if there was a kitchen, like, somewhere else.
Yeah. They said that their kitchen was the lesser of the kitchens. So that there was more kitchens. Yeah. And then it was a huge seraphim up there. And they were really only in, like, the paw and the shoulder. We just found out that Wraith is Kurako. And she just flew through that orb thing into another sky. Is she good? Is she bad? Where'd she go? Is she gonna help them?
Do you think Cora is good or bad?
I'm gonna go with bad. Because if she was good, she had all those years up there to do something about it.
I think she's bad too, because she's been around Scathis. Like, his influence of her over the years. Someone that evil having your influence, you know?
But also he had her as, like, held. It reminded me a lot
like
of
manipulated.
Nina. Yeah, it
She
reminded
wore
me
a
of Nina.
collar.
Yeah, it reminded me of Nina. The way she treats everybody. Like, I will do this for you if you do this.
Well, like father, like daughter.
I won't kill your sister if you do this, this, and this.
And that's what they said. We'll keep Nova. You have to be obedient to me.
I'm gonna go for good on this, just to mix it up. What about Nova? Do you think she's gonna come back?
She'd be the most powerful of all if she came back.
Because then she could take Minya's power from her.
And all the ghosts would be like, woohoo!
Bye.
Peace out.
Do you think anybody's gonna die?
Sarai. I think Sarai has to go.
Me too.
I
Thyron, I think, is gonna go.
That'd be sad.
Did you say that on camera?
Yeah, I think that Thyron's gonna die for Laszlo.
But who's the villain right now? Like, how do you see this progressing? Because right now, Minya's like totally asleep. Are they gonna wake her up and then
I'm terrified for when they wake her up.
That part where she almost wakes up, I like jumped. I was like, oh no.
She was saying something without.
Yeah.
And she was probably, it's all I could carry. It's all I could carry. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think there's definitely going to be a reunion between Sarai and Errolfane.
I hope
like
so.
like an emotional, like,
I didn't
really
realize
good
he
moment.
cried when he saw her dead body. And Ezra was so upset because it was like, I feel like she was like, why is he crying over her? And he's never met her. And he couldn't even like cry for me or whatever.
I liked when Suhaila said that she realized that she had a granddaughter, and she was like, right when I knew I wanted her, she was already gone.
I know. I thought that was really sweet too.
I hope that she comes back a little. Oh wait, there was a part in this book where it says she went away to get to work. Do you remember?
And she stayed. She didn't go with everybody else. So
Yeah,
she's there.
Yeah. But
So-
she had an idea and she went to work on it. And I was way, like, we haven't heard anything.
Forgot about that.
I
Yeah.
wonder what she's
Oh,
doing.
I thought she meant she just went to work. Like she just started working again.
She was working again, and then she got an idea.
Ooh, good
She
catch.
decided on it, and then she went to work, and then it cut off.
What do you think that is?
I don't know.
Maybe she knows some old wives' tale, you know?
Yeah,
Or
like
some
a myth.
legend. Yeah. And now they have found the book. Like the ancient book.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I hope that they go into detail about what books they found. I'm obsessed with it. I don't know why, y'all. It's just what I wanted this whole time.
I really hope that Laszlo can go into that guild hall and see all those stacks of books that they recovered. That's
Can
like
somebody get those kids a cake? You know what I mean?
That's all they can talk about. Yeah.
I know, I'm like, get on that thing and fly down there and get them a cake and then bring the cake and Errolfane up.
Yeah, then they're eating that like disgusting food.
Real,
It's like
plum
they could
jam.
go- yeah.
I know.
They could go down and get food.
I
No one's
literally
there
thought-
in the city.
Right.
I actually thought it would have been really funny if he went on Rosales and
Yeah.
got some cake and
That's
everyone was like,
what
no!
I thought that's what was going to happen. It's very un-Laszlo like to not do that, I think. Like,
Maybe
it's
it's because he's
scared.
blue. He'll freak people out.
But nobody's down there. That's what they were saying, is all the cakes are going to go still.
Yeah. Yeah,
All these
so they made
cakes
it sound like they were leaving, but it was like a mass exodus and it was a bottleneck. So you think that it's completely deserted right now? Or do you think they're still... Because this book is like a day and a half already.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're still trying to
I think
get out.
maybe he doesn't want to leave because of Minya. You know, like he wants to protect Sarai
And Sarai can't go down there.
because Sarai can't leave, so maybe he just didn't want to be
Oh, why?
away.
The tether to Minya.
Oh, yeah.
She said I could fly away. She put the fox wings up.
How did she make her disappear and come back?
She unraveled her. She let her go, and she was unraveling.
She was slowly drifting.
And then she grabbed her back.
She grabbed her.
And she had felt herself being unmade, and so she came back and she was like, I love that.
That part where Laszlo and Minya fight, and he like takes all the knives from the ghosts.
Ah,
It's like, oh, you finally met your match, Minya.
I
You
know.
know?
I
He's
think it
powerful.
says I'm more than you.
Yeah, well, he's, you know, he's the smith. Like,
Yeah.
he's more powerful than all of them.
But he doesn't hurt her.
Yeah.
He knows
He
he's not
can't-
going to
he
hurt her.
can't
And
do
she
it.
knows he's not going to hurt her.
I like the part where they poisoned her and she fell. They said anyone could have picked her up, but it was Laszlo picked up her small
And it's
little.
my sister.
All he could think
I
about was my
know.
sister. And he never had family, a mother or anything. Remember that Sarai said, I love you? And he was like, that was the first time anyone had ever said, I love you to me. He was an orphan. He didn't have parents. You know what I mean?
If you could have any of the gifts, which gift would you want? Which God's spawn gift would you want? I know I hit y'all hard with the questions sometimes. I'm sorry.
Do you have an answer to that?
I think I know mine.
Which one?
I think I would want ferals. I think I would want to control the weather.
Why?
I don't know, it just
It's
sounds cool. Not really any deep thought to it, just...
I
just think that'd be cool, like to make it snow whenever you want. If you want to, you know, play in the rain, it's always there. Or if you don't want the rain or whatever, and you can control the lightning. And yeah, I just thought that was cool.
I think I would want Sarai's gift because I want to know what people dream about all the time. Whenever I see a baby sleeping, I'm like, what are they dreaming about? What are they dreaming about? Because they'll smile when they don't really understand smiling yet, and they'll cry kind of in their dreams, and I'm like,
see, I was gonna say Sarai because that idea is really cool to me too, but I think in reality it probably wouldn't be as great as we think it is.
You know what else I think is, like, dreams are weird.
Yeah, they
like,
don't make sense.
Yeah, like I have dreams and I wake up and I'm like, I was on the beach, but then I was in the doctor's office, and then you know what I mean? Like they're just like abstract.
Yeah, I think I would like Sarai's gift, and I think I would like Korra's gift, Korra's gift, because I like that they called her the goddess of secrets. I want to know more about that because we just assume that that she can become that Ray.
Now we know that it came out of her.
Right.
And she is somewhere.
Right, but like, why is she called the goddess of secrets?
Right.
Ooh. Is it because she kept all the secrets of what the babies are? Or is it because she knows the secret of where they are? Or the secret of, like, why? Or a secret because she kept her power secret?
Do you think her body is in an alternate universe in the slit in the orb?
Do you think, so you think she escaped?
Yeah.
But Sarai says she saw Errol Fane stab her in the heart. So what if that bird is, everybody talks about their hearts. What if the bird is her spirit heart, and she had like a human heart, and he killed her human part, so she is the Wraith then?
So then what, she just follows Errol Fane? Like, because when he went to find Laszlo, she was there.
She's everywhere, though. Remember, she's around the Citadel, too?
Oh, yeah.
And they saw her. They were like, sometimes we see it, and it just goes up and then back down. But then why wouldn't she have gone and talked to the Emperor? I need to know who the Emperor is, too.
And I need to know, why did Wraith sit down on that tree branch and start squawking? Remember, she was like, it was getting antsy or whatever. It was waiting too long. It was waiting so long.
When?
I don't know, there somewhere.
In the beginning of Strange Dreamer, it was following Laszlo too.
Yeah, so he saw it. He saw it outside the library, and that was when he knew. And then he went to Errol Fane and he said, "Oh, I saw the bird. I saw like your lookout." He thought it was like a lookout bird. He was like,
"Where is she?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's here. Yeah.
Whose gift did you say you wanted?
Oh yeah. The ones I know, right? I can't just make up my own. I'd probably want to be a Smith.
What were you gonna say if you could make up your own?
If I could make up my own, I'd be Peter Petrelli.
Oh.
And I would just, not a pirate, but just everyone you come in contact with, you immediately harbor their gifts. You get gift upon gift upon gift upon gift, and then
it's like you're around whoever. Yeah, you can take anybody's. Yeah.
So you would be Nova.
No. Because Nova actually like if you had Sarai's gifts, I would take your moths and you wouldn't have them. But if I had Peter Petrelli's gift, then I'd take your moths and you'd still have your moths. And I could go anywhere in the world and still have your moths.
He just like would absorb it.
Forever.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But not take
But like, and he wouldn't even know. So like, when he went around Claire, and he dies, and he like regenerates, he's like, what just happened? So
gotcha.
He just absorbs it from around him, and he doesn't even know.
Dr. Who?
Did you say Peter?
Peter Petrelli is Heroes.
From Heroes.
Sorry, I thought that you said. I thought you meant the doctor.
Isn't it interesting that Doctor Who has two hearts?
Yeah.
And he has two hearts.
But Nova said that she knows they always stay youthful. That they know, that they're aware that they always stay youthful.
Did she really say that? I feel like we're all catching little tidbits.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Did she say that?
She says, like I'm going to be able to just point to it and find it all what I'm doing. But she says at some point that she knows that they all keep like a youthful appearance. So I don't know what that means. Like if they grow up to a certain
Or maybe it's just like slow aging.
Yeah, like really
maybe
slow
live like 300
aging.
years.
Yeah, we don't know.
She packed so much. Yeah,
they're all murdered.
Right. Well, we think. We don't know. Because we've got people. But then the other people that were on his ship and their mother they're not the same people that were the six goddesses that were up in the Citadel.
That's what I thought too.
So
I was like,
where in the heck are they?
And how cool would it be if Scathis was still alive somehow and he came back?
I thought that's what happened.
That would be so cool.
You did?
I thought that's what happened, is that he actually didn't die, that he was like trying to rebuild this army of gods to go back to Wheat.
Yeah, I literally thought that he was still alive and that he was controlling the Wraith and that he knew that Lae'zel was his son and he was like following.
Well, you guys, that is deep. I did not think
I was like, that's so cool. He's been alive this whole time and he knows that Minya's his daughter and he knows that Lae'zel's his son.
I literally texted you and I was like, I love the young Scathis. Like, I immediately was like...
But I just thought that for like a second, and then I was like, oh, this isn't the past.
But it'd be cool if there was somehow, some way, that he was still around.
I wonder if there is. I wonder if that, like, I'm really stuck on this orb.
Maybe it's an alternate, maybe it's going into the past.
Oh! Time travel! Ding, ding,
maybe
Doctor Who!
If it's a new alternate universe, maybe it can have something to do with going into the past. It took me, like, I didn't even fully realize that they were in the past.
You can't go in the past. You can't go back in the past, though, because then there'll be 2 U's and you'll set off a time ripple.
But what if it's somebody's gift?
But, yeah, I was just about to say, isn't, like, a time travel gift something very common of a gift? And don't you think...
Common of a gift?
I just mean, like, with powers.
Don't you read that last page?
Oh, no, I'm not. I just mean when you have powers, usually someone has the power to control time.
I wonder if this...
I know what you mean.
This orb time... or not time ripple, but this ripple is somehow a parallel universe. Like parallel, like there's a whole nother Citadel.
Like,
and do you get what I'm saying? And there's Isigold. And,
so a whole nother version where they all didn't die?
Yeah, and that somebody could maybe open, remember it was like a slash in a...
I would think that there would be a slash to where she could easily jump from like one continent or however this world is broken up to the other really quick. So she's like dumping all these babies because she knows that they're coming up.
So Riva, you think it's a whole new world?
No, I think it's the same planet. I just think it's a different place.
So then there's this little like teleport. Is that what you're thinking of? That doesn't explain Laszlo.
Oh yeah, that's true. That doesn't explain Laszlo unless she was on her way somewhere and got caught. Like that's when all of them died. Maybe that's when her heart got stabbed. She was taking Laszlo. No, because that happened before. She took Laszlo away before.
And if that's a jump right to Riva, then why would she pass Ozma on the way? And instead it was at like the top of the continent where they don't get sun.
But maybe she thought that he was just really special. Maybe she had to take him somewhere else. Because I need to know why these people are on this island where they are intentionally grown up and the gods come and choose them.
Yeah, like test their power.
Like, why is there an island of these people?
But what if they tested them as babies? Why do they need to test them again when they're adults?
That's what I don't know. I guess that'll be told in the second part, right?
I think we're gonna go back and watch this video and be like...
No, but they don't have their powers when they're babies. Remember, that's why they're in
it says that they tested them and then they took them. That's been saying the whole time.
I thought it was when they were older, though. Wasn't it?
There's 2 different things here, because they would test the powers in the nursery. And that's why she was like that little girl that Minnie was playing with. Oh, you've been hiding your powers. I got you now. Now I gotta take you. And then I think that this is like decades different, and so like the way things are done.
Because we don't know the time difference because they don't age fast.
Right.
The gods don't age fast.
Yeah.
So we really actually
have
we have no way to tell. There's a good chance that Scathis killed the Emperor to be able to go and do this. I mean,
it fits his character.
It does fit his character. Those are interesting theories we've got.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about reading books. I'm the most fascinated right now about Korra and Nova. And I also wrote that when Sarai was in Minya's dreams and she's like trying to figure out this timeline, I thought, what if one of the gods changed Minya's memories of what happened in Errol Fane? Like, what if one of the gods just changed all their memories really quick? And that would be another, like, secret. Like, goddess of secrets. Like, I thought about that too.
Yeah, see, that's what I think. Some element of someone's power is affecting something. Whether it's, you know, what you said, or like, you know, the different dimension or the time thing. Like, there's someone's power coming into play over them. Well, something doesn't add up.
So I thought another really interesting thing about Laszlo, or another thing that really showed his character, is when Minya asks, so that's it, you would destroy her to save them? And then Laszlo says, no, I would destroy no one. I know, I'm like, there's a way! There is a way to do this.
There are good people left in the world.
Right, but on both, and I think that that's what she is so good at writing, is that there is two sides to literally every story, in every world, in every person, and it's so complex. Do y'all have a character that you associate with the most?
Okay, well, I wouldn't say that I, like, you know, I am Minya, because no, I'm not, because, you know, she's crazy. And I just said off camera, she belongs in a padded room in a psychiatric ward. But there was this one part early on, and I really understood this because it was when Laszlo was like, please, will you catch Sarai's soul? Do you remember this part? And she was so like mad that he had told her to do that, even though she was already going to do that. And I have some major control issues. So I felt that. I really do. Like when people are like if I'm like gonna set the table and my mom's like, can you please set the table? I'm like,
well, no, I don't even want to.
I don't want to. Right. It's like I want to defy. And like that's the same thing that happened to Minion. And I've never read that in a book before. And I was like, I really get
because
that.
she says, Ellen asked.
Yeah.
Great.
Or something like that.
Great,
yeah.
Ellen asked me.
What if he'd asked instead? Yeah, that's
yes.
true.
I think that derives from everything was taken from her.
So do we know that she doesn't have control over her body changing? Did they answer that yet?
No, they haven't answered that yet. Not
we
really.
Just assumed.
We assumed that it's because Scathis died. But now that Laszlo's there, do y'all think that when she struggled to get through that door, even though she said it was because she was breathing so deep, do you think it's because she's starting to grow? Because Laszlo is now a smith? That's what I thought. Is that we're led to believe that she was so mad that she was, and she couldn't squeeze through.
And she's like, I wish I didn't have ears.
Yeah, but I think it will be, and then I think she won't be able to get back through at a crucial point. Like they're going to bargain.
Interesting.
Yeah. But, you know, I love a good theory. What character do you?
I don't know that I'm necessarily like Laszlo, but I'm
not like Minya. I just that one part.
You said, I'm sorry, I thought that you said I don't know if I necessarily like Laszlo.
No, I don't think I like Laszlo, like fully his personality, but I think that I relate to him and his desire for whimsical, the desire for dreams and fantasy, and in that way.
I'm a dreamer like Laszlo, but I have to say, out of every character that I feel the greatest bond with, it's Thyron. I have no idea why either. But I think that I really love Errol Fane too.
I do love him.
I think he understands, and especially when he said, I should have tried to understand. I should have tried to understand.
Because they were just babies?
Because they were just babies.
Yes.
He could have waited, but he was so upset and scared that he just like couldn't. But like looking back, he realizes maybe I just should have tried to understand. And I think that self-awareness like Thyron has, I think that's, I love that.
I think that's like the natural progression of like maturity. You know what I mean? And also how you see things in retrospect. Like we all have things like, oh, in retrospect, actually.
I was really surprised that he even doubted himself in that moment. Like I didn't think he would ever get to that point where he would completely doubt like what he did in the Citadel, because that was so much. Like, he was renamed the Godslayer. Like, that was so much of his identity that I didn't think he would ever have a moment where he's like, was that the right decision? But he did.
But it only just happened.
Shocked that, it only just now happened.
Later.
Yeah.
But I was shocked. He was like, maybe I should have waited. Like, you know, maybe I did something wrong. And so I loved that moment.
Yeah. That self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
And Minya lacks that. And I think that's why I just can't fully like just get on her side, even though I do see both sides of that, and I do, especially since now we've been in her dreams. And it's really heartbreaking. I'm saying maybe I should have just tried to understand. Like, she hasn't even tried to understand. I wonder is why she was 6, right? Why didn't Cora take her? Why was she still left in the nursery at 6? You know, she took Laszlo because he was a smith and they wanted to hide him. Was she not powerful enough?
They took the other friend that was older, you remember?
Yeah.
and they said that she was hiding her power for weeks. Cora was standing there at the door, and she said the name of the child, and the child looked, but she was like, "Katya," because she said it in her mind, and she was actually a telepath, and she was hiding it. So then she was like, "Come with me." And so then they took her away. So I wonder, either there's something else happening here, or Minya's been hiding her power. Or maybe she's just a valuable, because she's like a little mom. She was like having like, kids on the hip.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was thinking. She didn't know, because no one had died around her.
Ooh.
So she didn't know that she could catch ghosts.
Well, people were dying in weep. Remember, she catches people from weep.
This is the quote that reminded me of you.
How was good?
Tools. Scoffed colleagues say tools are for people with nothing better to do than think things through and make sensible plans.
What was that?
And I just thought, she was just talking to Thyron Nero, and I thought that reminded me of you, because she was just like jumping from rocks to rocks, and she was like trying to get into the library, and she just like could care less.
Yeah.
And, you know, like she was like, no, we don't have time to go back and get things to do this. Yeah. We're going to do this now.
Yeah.
And then if it works out, it works out. And if it doesn't, then we're just gonna, and so I just thought that was really cute. Wow. And I was like, that sounds like something Ashley would say.
One time in youth group, like a decade ago, everyone went around and we said nice things about one another.
It's like the worst night ever.
Every single person said, "You're so carefree. You're a free spirit." I'm over here like, can nobody say anything else about you? Remember that?
Oh, I do, yeah. It was fun though. It was just like, yeah.
It
was interesting what people said. It was funny what people said.
Their perspective of you is always different than what you perceive of yourself.
What did you guys think of that part where they're pulling out the books and everyone in the group says something to the effect of like, "Thyron, you're perfect. Like, you're so beautiful that we're scared to eat." Yeah, like it's a fault. Like, we're scared to even be around you. Like, they said that thing about, like, a crisp napkin, like a napkin that's so perfect you don't want to use it on your mouth. And he was, like, so taken aback by that. He was like, that was never, like, a bad thing where I come from, but here it's, like, not what they value. So what do you think about that?
I think that it's all about being relatable. You know what I mean? Like, when you're so perfect, people are like show some vulnerability, or show that you have a fault, or that you're working on something.
I think that his opportunity to do that was when they saw the scars.
What was that?
It was his, from where he had...
No! He said that there were syringe marks, but then these were cuts. He said even Laszlo doesn't know about that. Do you remember that?
No, I must have missed that.
That's what they said.
And I think
you're probably reading that stoplight.
I know, I was probably reading a stoplight then. Don't do that. Stoplight.
Do you think that Star's gonna be let go at the end of this book?
Yes.
I think that they're all gonna be let go. Like all the ghosts.
Do you think Minya's a ghost?
Interesting.
Never thought about that. How would that work?
I don't know.
Like, well, because I mean,
I don't know.
The way that Sarai's power changed was really cool.
Yeah.
They still have powers.
Yeah.
Being ghosts, so she could still have her power and be a ghost, so who knows?
I just think that she just has nothing to lose. Like a dead girl walking, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
So say she goes through with her plan to totally wipe out Weep, right?
Yeah.
What does she get after that? What does life look like for her?
Right, and that's what they talk about too. It begins and ends with vengeance for her.
Yeah, maybe she does that and then she did what she was meant to do and she can finally be let go or something, I don't know.
This quote, it also made him feel the smallest bit free. Thyron says it about how he didn't miss home or anything, and it made him feel free. But I think that everybody in their own way will be free. The thing is, we don't know how Laini Taylor wraps up books. Like, Sarah J. Maas is notorious for happy endings.
Yeah.
We don't know if Laini Taylor
She doesn't approve.
I love a tragedy.
I know. I was about to give a spoiler for the third book, so I couldn't, but...
Can we talk about Ruby and Farrell for a second? I loved the way that all of that turned out. She got so snarky towards him, and she was so, like...
The banter between them
was
on point.
Yes. Like, oh, I'm so mad that you never spied on me naked. Like,
he's like, I'm the gentleman.
He's like, what? You're mad at me for that? It was so funny. Do you think they'll end up together in the end, or you think that's...
I just don't have the energy for another love story. In this book, I'm busy. Like, I'm like trying to get library books out of that hole in the ground.
You're stuck on that, huh?
I
I thought it was interesting that Ruby like came into his bed.
Yeah.
And she kind of like, oh, like, do you want something? And she like pulled his hand over and like he fell asleep.
Yeah.
And wanted to cuddle and was like,
he's very confused. Oh, not the poison. Like, oh, she just kills her lovers.
There you go.
And she's like, oh yeah, that'd be an idea.
Yeah, that was funny. Okay, so predictions. Laszlo, he's achieved kind of everything he probably can achieve at this point. I don't know.
Stopping Minya.
Stopping Minya, yeah, would be his. Sarai to be let go. The Ellens to be let go. I think Minya wants to die. I think she'll die.
You think Minya wants to die?
I do. I think she wants to, yeah. I think she wants to be free. Because it was something that she said when he was holding her. And it was like she almost did. I think that's when she started thinking, like, there's nothing. I mean, if she let Sarai go, there's like no. Because then they're not going to care, like her brothers and sisters. I think the other ones, now that they know that if they're not touching the God's metal and they can be human, they were really excited about that. They'll be free in that way, I think.
So that part really confused me, because it was like, have they never been on their bed and not touched the metal for... It took like less than an hour for Minya to start turning gray.
Ooh.
Like, how could they not have been like on their bed all night to sleep?
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that you will subscribe and share with your friends. Drop a comment on what you think about Muse of Nightmares. We hope to see you guys in our next video. Bye!
Bye!